The Board of County Commissioners now in session. We're gonna have the prayer followed the pledge. Brother Jones, do you mind opening the prayer for us?
Do not mind. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you today for this time you've given us together. Father, we come to you asking for wisdom, Lord, to impart the knowledge that you've given to each one of us collectively. God, for the good of this county and for its people. God, we thank you today for being with us as we embark in this journey today. In Christ's name, amen.
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 Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You right there. All right, we're gonna have the swearing in of the new commissioner. Rick, would you go out front, please, sir? Thank you, sir.
Raise your right hand, please, and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support, protect, and defend
I will support, protect, and defend
the Constitution and government
the Constitution and government
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of Florida,
and of the state of Florida,
that I am duly qualified to hold office
and I am duly qualified to hold office
under the Constitution of the state,
under the Constitution of the state,
and that I will well and faithfully perform
and I will well and faithfully perform
the duties of Franklin County Commissioner,
the duties of Franklin County Commissioner,
into which I am now about to enter.
into which I am now about to enter.
Congratulations, Commissioner.
Welcome aboard, Commissioner Jones.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard.
Let's go.
All right, we're gonna have in the swearing of the new commissioner, chairman and the vice chairman.
Okay, I make a motion, Mr. Chairman, that we have Commissioner Parrish for the chairman, and vice chairman would be Mr. Noah Lockley. And that-
Second.
I'm putting that motion on the floor.
Second.
I have a motion second on the floor. All in favor? Aye. All opposed, motion carries.
Done a good job.
Thank you, sir.
Ready, ladies?
Yeah, take just a second to get everything organized here. We'll get started with the meeting. Let's get back to where we're supposed to be here. Yeah. Okay, the next item on the agenda would be the approval of the minutes.
So move.
Second?
I have a motion and a second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next will be the payment of county bills.
All in favor?
Second.
We have a motion and a second on the floor. Motion by Commissioner Massey, second by Commissioner Lockley. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda will be the Department Director's Report, starting with Howard Neighbors, Superintendent of Public Works.
Good morning, Commissioners. How y'all doing?
Morning.
I just got a couple items on the board of welcome the new commissioner. Look forward to working with you. And new employee, we had on the road department, I hired Mr. Elton from Appalachia.
You need a motion?
No, I hired, we had an opening at the road department when Gary left, but we never hired nobody, so it was Mr. Elton.
Anybody have anything for Mr. Howard?
I've got one thing. Howard, I want to thank the road department for pushing in the road down there where Gulf Shore Boulevard
Okay.
could not go. Y'all went to the north and pushed it in, and thank you for the people to be able to have their access. Thank you for doing that.
And we ain't finished, we still gotta move the debris that we got
Yeah.
piled on the shoulder as soon as the road that they paved on Ball Point, you know, solids up a little bit, so,
But it gives the people access to the
yes,
property.
yes, ma'am, they happy.
Thank you so much for doing that.
You welcome.
Anybody have anything else, Mr. Howard? Thank you, Howard.
Thank you.
Next will be Mr. Fonda Davis, Solid Waste Director.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Morning.
Solid waste. Just want to let you all know that we closed the recycling site temporarily down in Alligator Point due to the fact that misusing, dropping off everything besides recycled material. So until we can find the area where it can be watched or manned or, you know, we're going to keep it closed. So when it's in an isolated area, we get everything dropped off.
We're having the same problem in Carabel. I called you yesterday with all the household garbage that was in the dumpster.
That's correct. Yeah. We didn't find any address. What happened, the boom truck went around and picked it up, and before we can look inside of it, see if we see any names or addresses or anything.
I like taking care of a lot of them up when they put it in there where we can't find it, but it was, you seen it was full.
Yes, that's correct.
I know, as far as Alligator Point, I know the contractor that's down there now doing the Ball Point Road was having a problem getting what he needed to do on the shoulders of the road because the dumpage was so bad.
Right. Animal control, everything is running pretty smooth. Park and recreation, we had a vacant, permanent part-time. We feel that with Dura Chambers, so he'll start as soon as we get the results back from the drug screening. That's all I have for the board.
Any commissioners have anything for Mr. Davis? Thank you, Fonda.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman?
I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Go
No
ahead,
problem.
Al.
I wanted to mention that Alligator Point St. Teresa Association is having a meeting this coming Saturday, and they were going to talk specifically about the recycling center and some ideas that we might want to bring forward to the commission, not today, for an attended site in a different location, that that it's being severely misused. There's been a couple of altercations with people from Wakulla County that have come over and dumped at the site, bringing trailer loads of material. I'd just like to keep this open, and I applaud Fonda for closing it for the time being. Every time he puts a new container in and people jump on the container to dump things in it, we're out there every other day cleaning up material around down the street. Bears get into it. It's a real eyesore. It's affecting property value and the finances of the county. Having to pull containers more often than they would otherwise need to do. And I appreciate you listening to us this morning. Thank you.
Right. And the thing about it, Commissioners, we can put the cameras up, but when a person get out their vehicle with a plastic grocery bag, we don't know if that's household garbage or recycled until we get it and bring it to the landfill and dump it, and then you see all this trash on the floor. And actually causes us to get behind there at the landfill because there's so much household and we don't only have so many inmates, and then we're trying to pull cardboard, which has picked up a lot. So it's just something we're gonna have to look at. That mandatory garbage pickup, I think, is gonna be the answer.
Well, and another thing though, Fonda, we gave you a little bit more teeth to your duties as far as with that ordinance we passed a couple months back.
Yes, ma'am.
And are you enforcing that ordinance?
We're doing our best, Commissioners,
Okay.
yes.
Because I'm still seeing the sides of the road with that stuff on it.
Right,
So-
and the animal control, they've been going out. We rotated from Albert and William. 1 week we'll have one doing animal control by himself, and the next week doing litter enforcement. But when they do make contact with the owner, they be willing to pick the trash up. But not in all cases, it'd be at a resident where somebody live at, abandoned property, or even on a vacant piece of land.
And another issue is that people don't want it in front of their house, so they take it down in front of the neighbor's house and drop it off.
Exactly.
Well, you can't go to the adjoining homeowner and think that he done it. I mean, because you got people that don't want it in front of their house, they take it in front of somebody else's and drop it off.
That's correct.
So it's an issue. You know, we talked several times about doing away with the roadside pickup. Then people come back and say, man, don't do that, or they're just gonna dump it out in the woods, and then that's an eyesore and a hazard.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a catch-22 of trying to regulate and enforce, and trying to get people to abide by
And when the
rules
trucks
that
go
we have
around
in
picking
place.
up there, I mean, if it's a mixed pile, they instructed to get only the yard trash out. And if it's one or two boards and it come from that resident, well, we'll get it. But when it's a TVs, tires, and mattresses, they instructed to leave it. And then we make contact, we'll have one of the officers and a patrol to go by that resident and say, look, this is not acceptable.
Right, and the boats and trailers, and
Exactly.
there's just a host of different things people put out there, and it's not allowed by the current ordinance. But it is an issue to try to deal with, so
Yeah.
we just have to continue working on it and do the best we can to try to rectify the situation.
Okay?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir. Mr. Locke.
where we at on the mandatory garbage pickup? Where we at on that?
I don't believe I've got any instructions from the board to draft an ordinance for mandatory garbage pickup. I know we've looked at that in the past. I know it's been discussed both with this current director and your prior director, but the board has not made any final decision to move forward on countywide mandatory garbage pickup, because you run into these problems with people that, you know, they can't afford it. You've got some of the elderly people, your senior citizens, people that are lying in the outlying areas, say around the Brickyard area. But if the board wants us to look at that issue once more, then just, if you would direct us to do so, I'll get with Mr. Davis and we'll look into it further.
And the issue with Alligator Point, people coming across from Wakulla, mandatory garbage pickup is not gonna help that. They're not residents of the county, and they're bringing it across the county line and cluttering up everything down at Alligator Point, according to what the director's saying and Mr. Pfeiffer himself. So that's an issue that mandatory garbage pickup is not going to affect at all.
Right, but the stuff that the Walt Color resident is bringing in is mostly like construction, sheet rock, plywood, 2x4. So if we put that recycling site in an area where it can be seen, we won't get it. But in Appalachia, isolated area, Alligator Point, isolated area, and from what the commissioner said, I thought was a good spot for it, but evidently going out there at night.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, well,
Thing of it is, if we do mandatory garbage pickup, the city of Carabel, excuse me, gotta get a board to do it too, because they don't have mandatory garbage pickup. It's still gonna be dumped in the can if the city don't do it. You know what I'm saying? If the county does it just in our communities we control, the city's still gotta do it.
Right.
That's gonna be our problem. I think Appalachia has mandatory garbage pickup, don't they?
That's
Yeah,
correct.
Appalachia got it.
Okay, but the city of Carabel doesn't have it, see, so that's still gonna put us in the dumpster being full. So if we go forward, and, the lawyer's gonna have to contact, Courtney at the city of Carabel, or the mayor.
is that, you wanna put that in the form of a motion?
I mean, if y'all
Okay.
gonna decide what y'all gonna do with it, I'm saying if we do, we're gonna have to, city of Carabel's gotta get a board with us.
I put it in the motion. Check on the mandatory garbage.
We have a motion on the floor to direct county staff to look into mandatory garbage pickup for the outlying areas in Franklin County.
Second.
We have a second by Commissioner Sanders. Any further discussion? All those in favor? All opposed? Motion carries.
Okay,
Anything further, Mr. Davis?
that's it.
Anything from Mr. Davis from the commission?
Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Next will be Ms. Pam Brunel.
Commissioner Pam is attending the North Florida Domestic Security Task Force meeting this morning. So she submitted her report. Any questions you guys have, you can let me know or just email her.
What is this task force for? Do you know?
No, ma'am. She just sent me that email yesterday afternoon, letting me know that she would not be here this morning.
Thank you, Michael. Next on the agenda will be Mr. Eric Lovestrand, Extension Director.
Come on, Commissioners. Welcome, Commissioner Jones. I don't have anything in addition for you this morning from my written report, so Be happy to answer any questions you might have about that.
Any questions from the commissioners to the extension director? Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda would be Miss Amy Anderson, East Point Medical Center, update. Please come forward, state your name for the record.
Good morning. My name is Amy Anderson. I'm the center manager at East Point Medical Center. I'm here just to give you a quick update about things that are going on at the center. We have provided over 100 flu vaccines for patients, and we have had no positive cases of the flu virus this season. We have participated in the Seafood Festival events for the first time in years, and we'll be in the East Point Christmas Parade as well. We have also sponsored the American Cancer Society Relay for Life event that will be held in April, and there will also be a local event held at the Franklin County High School on April 14th. We continue to provide our smoking cessation class the third Thursday of every month, and the class is free to everyone in the community. The amount of our SIFE patients has doubled in the past 6 months that Doris has been there, which means that we are providing lower cost care to more people in our community. We are also able to provide assistance with finding health care through the marketplace, and I have Ms. Pat Walker here to tell you a little bit more about that.
Good morning. Again, my name is Pat Walker, and I just wanted to briefly mention that open enrollment for the marketplace for people to get health insurance who are uninsured started November 1st, and it will go until January 31st, 2017. One of the things that we're doing is helping those within the community to get health insurance. What we have found is that health insurance has significantly gone up, but with the provision through the Affordable Health Care, the premium tax credits have also significantly gone up to offset that high price for premiums. So we are helping people within the community at large. If they do need help obtaining health insurance, we will help them with the application process at East Point Medical Center. Another focus that we're trying to address is uninsured children 18 and under who do not have health insurance. Those children are eligible for Medicaid and also Florida Healthy Kids to get them insured. So we're trying to get the word out. If there are parents or guardians that do have children who are 18 and under who are uninsured, to also give us a call so we can help them with the application process to get those children insured. And again, both of those provisions will be done through East Point Medical Center, and anyone who is interested can give us a call at 850-670-8585. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming. It's a very informative report there. Next on the agenda will be Mr. Jason Puckett, Airport Manager.
Good morning, Commissioners. Just want to give a quick update there at the airport with some current projects that we have going on. The lighting upgrade and lighting improvement, the contracts have been executed with TCA Electrical Contractors. They're in the process of ordering parts, and we should be able to start construction mid-January. We also are going to do a drainage replacement out there. The design is complete. We're going to advertise for bid in late December, with construction hopefully starting in mid to late January on that. Our access road, we are 80% complete on the design. AVCON is meeting with Northwest Florida Water Management regarding wetland mitigation. There's a little bit of wetland there where we want to put the access road. So we're trying to figure out how we're going to mitigate that wetland impact. I think there's some wetlands on the airport that we won't use forever probably, and we'll try to do a wetland mitigation there at the airport hopefully, to keep from having to pay into a mitigation bank. Economic development plan, which we're all excited about, has gotten started. They're in the initial information gathering stage. Beth Kirkland met with the AEC last night, the Airport Advisory Commission last night. She's beginning to interview with all the AEC members directly and with some other stakeholders here in the county to begin to look at what our airport has to offer and what we can hopefully bring into here as far as economic development. I also had the ability or the opportunity to sit in on the Freight Logistics Zone site selection meeting yesterday. with Mark Currington and some other members. They're looking at different sites here in the county that could promote an intermodal transportation benefit as far as air and rail and the sea, and the port over at St. Joe. And so we're trying to look at some different areas that we can use our airport, our our railway, and with their port to try to see if there's any symbiotic relationship there that makes sense. Also, we have finally secured a tenant for our paint hangar. And I have a lease that Mr. Schuler has looked over. Hopefully, we can get that executed. I guess that would be considered an action item today. If we can get that executed today, that's with Mr. John Bone. He's going to provide flight training there at that hangar, and also some sightseeing and possibly some aircraft charter out of there at some point. So we're excited about him coming on. It's a 5-year lease, and it's good to have a tenant.
Make a motion.
We have a motion by Commissioner Massey,
Second.
second by Mr. Lockley. Discussion?
Yeah, is he gonna put anybody to work?
Hopefully, yes, sir. I mean, at some point, as his company grows, there might be some, auxiliary supply type positions come available. I mean, I'm not sure exactly, how that's going to work, but hopefully, as he grows, there'll be some positions come available to help him out.
You getting a good price out there?
Yes, sir. It's $1,500 a month for the first year, and then $2,500 a month for the years 2 through 5. So it's $18,000 for the first year, and then $30,000, year 2 through 5, which we've been getting, zero off of it. So it definitely helped us out.
Okay.
I think we can get more as soon as we start. Is we had a base tenant here. I mean, it'd be great, but to me, it's advantageous to us to have somebody in there, providing some revenue for the county, for the airport.
You gonna do the collecting?
No, sir. That would go through the county.
Straight to the county.
Oh.
Like Crystal Air, please.
Okay.
And last but not least, I wanted to give a.
Hang on,
Oh, I'm sorry.
we have to vote.
Oh.
Did the Airport Advisory Committee review this lease and?
They did not review it. We did not review the lease entirely, but we did talk about it last night, and there was no objections to him.
They're aware of as much detail as
Absolutely.
you've given to the board. here this
Absolutely,
morning,
yeah.
and The Airport Advisory Committee is in favor of this lease.
Yes.
Any other discussion? Oh, you got one more
Oh,
thing?
yeah, once y'all vote, yeah.
Need to
Yeah.
vote first.
That's what I was thinking. Well, any more discussion on that one issue? We have a motion by, who made the
I
motion?
did.
Commissioner
William made-
Massey.
Commissioner Massey made the motion.
Second
Did
by
we-
Commissioner Lockley.
Second by Mr. Lockley. Any further discussion on that issue? All those in favor? All opposed? That motion carries.
And last but not least, Mr. Steve Kirschenbaum, who is our new AAC member, I want to just publicly thank him. He did a tremendous job of coordinating the flyover at the Seafood Festival. He coordinated that with Tyndall, and I think it turned out great. So I want to publicly thank him.
That's the seat that was allotted.
Yes, sir, that Mr. Lockley nominated.
Any?
That's all I have.
Commissioners have anything for Mr. Puckett as it relates to the airport? Thank you for coming in
Thank you,
today.
sir. Yes, sir.
Next will be Ms. Kim Bodine, Gulf Coast Career Source. I think she has an addendum to what we previously approved.
Yes, sir.
Is this the-
Good morning, Commissioners, Chairman.
Good morning.
Morning, McKenna.
We have a little bit of housekeeping to do. I provided copies to Michael, and, they changed a federal law, one of the federal laws that we work under 2 years ago. So as is the norm with the federal government, we implement a law, and then along the way, they tell us how we should be doing it after we've started implementing it. And so this is one of the minor changes. The state is receiving guidance. The rules have been promulgated by DOL, and so now they're sending out guidance. And part of the guidance is how we select a one-stop operator, and that's really the substantial part of the changes that I sent you. The rest are just things to clarify that what they asked for in the plan originally is in our plan. So I'm sorry, I know it's a sort of an inconvenient thing just to keep bringing these back to you, but we're required to do that by federal and state law.
So move. You need a motion on that?
Yeah.
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Lockley, second by Commissioner Massey. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Ms. Kim, while you're here real quick, as you've heard, we got some economic studies I'm sure you're aware of going on, and we're hoping that sometime in the future that we can attract some business here, and then we're gonna request some training through the Career Source for some of the residents of the county. It's one thing to bring jobs to Franklin County, it's another thing to get our people ready to occupy those jobs.
Absolutely.
Um,
We would be thrilled
One
to
thing
do
we've
that.
always struggled with was, what kind of opportunities may become available, but then having the people with the skill sets to occupy those jobs, because bringing jobs to Franklin County that are occupied by people outside the county is not really, to me, is not beneficial to the people of the county, and that's what we want to work towards. So we're hoping, in the near future, we can come to you with someone that may be coming in a year to try to get some people ready to occupy some of these skilled positions, thereby employing, get some people some employment that has nothing to do with the Bay. As you know, the Bay is in really bad shape right now, and we're not sure where it's going to go. A lot of it hinges on the water wars and the Supreme Court ruling as to how much additional or non-additional flows we get to help supplement the growth of the oysters in the Bay. So just wanted to put that out there and put you on notice that at some point, we're hoping to be able to come to you with some, and request some additional training for the residents here.
Yes, sir. We would be happy to do that. We have been advertising heavily lately to enroll for January classes. We've had about 45 people come in the office in the month of November to look at training. We still have training dollars under the fishery failure, and it's been a push to get people in for those. But with this last round of advertising, we really do seem to be getting a lot more interest from people. And some of the things that we're training for already, like CDL training, goes right along with the logistics corridor that we're trying to get started between the rural counties here. So we're very pleased about that. We're thrilled that people are coming in and taking a look at that now, that they are really, thinking that they need to retool and look at some other options. So I've been very happy with the traffic. We've run a video on our website, if you want to go look at that, careersourcegulfcoast.com. And we also have put out some ads in the newspaper and keeping social media. Social media seems to spread the word of mouth in this community very, very well for us. So we are working at that, but I would be thrilled to do job training for a company that's coming in here.
We appreciate you coming this morning and appreciate your continued ability to work with us as we move forward in these ventures.
Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Before you go, Kim, first let me get the signature pages to the chairman. Three exact same signatures. Item 8 of my report, inform the board that I'll attend the Northwest Florida Sector Technical Assistant Workshop. It will be held this Thursday, December 8th, in the Gulf Coast State College Advanced Technology Center. This workshop is designed to increase our understanding of sector strategies implementation. I was invited to attend by Ms. Kim, Dean of Career Source. So exactly, I hate to ask this question, but exactly what are we going to be learning?
Sector strategies are an effort that is to help communities identify the sectors such as transportation and logistics,
Okay.
Aviation, aerospace, some of the targeted sectors that the state looks at, but then at the local level, what sectors are important to you, and talk about how you grow a skilled workforce for that sector and how you really reach out to prospective businesses to try to lure them into your
Oh,
community.
that's perfect. So this goes right back to what the board was talking about this
Yes.
morning. Okay.
Any other questions for Ms. Kim from the board? Thank you, Ms. Kim.
Thank you.
Next up would be the Panhandle Players update.
Good morning, Commissioners. Roy Stralstead, member of the Board of Directors of the Panhandle Players. I'm here on behalf of our president, Judy Loftus. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here today. She's out of town, but she asked me to come in and give you all an update on the Chapman. First and foremost, we want to thank all of you again for allowing us to be in the Chapman Auditorium. It is a very wonderful, wonderful facility, and we're very happy to now be able to have a home. We had 3 successful performances the weekend before Thanksgiving at the Chapman, and I'm happy to say we had actors and crew from Carabel all the way to Mexico Beach. So we have a great community here, and they really came out and supported us and helped us out a lot. Of the 3 performances, we had over 400 people attend the performances at the Chapman. So we were very, very happy about that, especially going into our online ticketing system, which is the first time we had ever done that before, and that really worked out well for us. We have installed both lights and sound in the Chapman Auditorium. And I have to say, the sound is a lot better now for those of you who have been in the Chapman for various events. The acoustics are not the best, but thanks to Mr. Wayne Thomas, we've got it in a very good place right now. And we need to do some more things as funds become available, but where we are right now, we're very happy with the sound and the lights, and it really looks incredible. We have also had new electrical put in. We had Kate's Electric in there. There's still some other things that we need to have done there, and we'll be doing that in the coming months before our next performance. One other thing is that we did discover that we're going to have to fix is the floors in the dressing rooms on both sides of the stage. The floors are rotten. They had termites at some point along the way, not currently, but we found dead termites, so we're going to get those fixed before our next show in February. But we do have those roped off because we know the ABC school goes in there, so make sure the kids don't go in the dressing rooms. And we just finished having our auditions the last 2 days for our next play, The Time of Your Life, which will be coming up in February, and we want to extend an invitation to all of you to attend that. And I'll be giving Michael some tickets to give to you guys when we get closer to performance days. And at some point, we'll probably have an open house in the near future, so we'd love to have all of you come out, probably do a ribbon cutting with the Chamber of Commerce. But we'll let you guys know about that in the near future. Anyone have any questions or anything?
Mr. Lockwood?
Yeah, what the capacity, seating capacity in that place?
Well, we did take out some of the chairs in there. We still have them, but we wanted to make the facility more handicap accessible. We've taken out some seats so people who are in wheelchairs and stuff like that have a place to sit. If you had all the seats in the auditorium, it was 364. I don't currently have the count minus the seats we've taken out, but we're still above 300 somewhere, probably 320, 330 probably.
And one more question, if a person, like if somebody want to use it, how much do y'all charge?
We can't charge. It's free.
Free?
Yes, sir. Yep. Per our lease with you guys. But as we always said, I mean, there will be like utility fees and stuff like that, you know, because we have to pay utilities. But as far as rent, we can't rent the facility.
No,
Just hope for a donation.
Sir?
Just hope for a donation.
Oh, well, donation would be great if
Yeah.
people want to donate, but if they don't, you know, that's okay. But we can't rent the facility.
But let me clarify something, though. You guys have an extensive light and sound system in there now.
Yes, sir.
If they want to use that,
Yes, if people want to use that, they will have to rent that equipment
Okay.
from us, yes. We have not set the fees for that yet, but the lights are still there that were in place before we moved in there that people can use if they don't want to lease, you know, rent our lights from us. Yep.
And if somebody want to use it, who they contact?
I guess at present, I'm the contact. We haven't yet set a designated person, but they can contact me to use the facility because I've been in contact with the ABC school multiple times. I'm their point of contact because I know they have some events there coming up that they want to use the facility. So I just told them to let me know, and we can get them on a calendar if they want to get in there and use it.
Okay. Michael, could we, if it's a pleasure of the board, I'd like to have that information put on our county website.
okay.
Letting people know they can use it and your contact information.
Sure.
So they, you know, everybody knows Royce, but. how
Yes,
do
sir.
we
Yeah,
get
I agree. Yes, sir. Yeah, we
So
can certainly do that.
On our website to let people know that the building is available for the
Mhm.
public to still
Mhm.
utilize, even though we have leased it to the
Yes, sir.
Panorama Players. If they have an event, contact Mr. Royce and he can go through the
Yeah,
details.
Michael, and if you just want to put that on there and you can put my phone number as the point of contact, that would be great.
And if, you know, if they want the additional lights and stuff, then they'll establish fees at some
Yeah,
point for that.
and if there's someone other than myself in the future, I'll let you know who that person is in the contact, but for now, just put me down.
I think it'd be beneficial to do that, so that everybody has that information.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions from
Yeah,
Mr. Royce?
One more. Like if a person wanted in February, what'll be the appropriate time to ask y'all? I mean, you don't come up in February and ask for it. I mean, what y'all asking for?
How much time notice do you need to if there's a future, I know you just said y'all having an event in February.
Yes, sir.
But when would it be you need 30 days, what would be the appropriate time frame for that?
We'll say at least 30 days. I mean, the sooner the better. I mean, if someone knows, well, just a prime example, local organization, the Pearls organization would like to have a play in there at the end of April. They're raising funds, I believe, to restore the shotgun houses here in Apalachicola. So they've already reached out to use like the facility in April. So it's several months in advance that we can get them on the calendar, but at least 30 days notice so we can make sure the facility, no one else is going to be in there and using it at the time.
I guess we treat it similar to how we treat the armory with the calendar. The sooner you come, the better you can get the
Yeah.
spot, so, yeah. Because, will you guys have a plan, a calendar set up for all your plays, like 6 months out, a year out?
So that people can plan around that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, we already have our season set.
Okay.
We have all those dates for our shows from now through July, because our final show will be in July, and then there will be a few months off, and then we'll start like next November again with what that will be. So, yeah, I mean, I can provide you all of those dates.
If you all could post that on the website, and then on those months that they don't have anything going on, then that would be the
I
perfect
see.
time.
So
for
you're
them
saying
to-
go ahead and put their
Yeah,
calendar on the
put their
website?
calendar
Okay.
on the website.
I'll email, I can get that to you. I'll coordinate with you.
Yeah, and
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
and put all that information out there along with everything else we've
And then
discussed.
that way the thing would be utilized year-round.
Yes, ma'am, definitely. Yep.
I think that'd be very beneficial for the public,
Yes.
have that information. Anything further from Mr. Royce from the board? We appreciate you coming in today, a very
sir.
informative report.
Thank you.
Thank you.